With the 2024 MLB season almost upon us, I figured now would be the perfect time to start ranking the best player at every position from every team. While there are still some great free agents available, and some teams still have holes they need to fill, I wanted to get these videos done before the season starts so that I can look back at the end of the season and see who improved and who regressed. I'm not ranking each player based off of just their 2023 season, nor am I ranking them based on how I think they'll perform in 2024. I'm ranking each player based on who is the best right now as I'm recording this video. As you know by the title of the video, I'm ranking catchers first, so let's get into my picks. At number 30, I have Rene Pinto of the Tampa Bay Rays. As I'm recording this video, Pinto is projected to be the Rays' starting catcher, but that very well could change by the start of the season. In 183 career at-bats, he's hit 8 home runs and posted an OPS of 654. If the Rays want to make the playoffs again this upcoming season, I think they should try and trade for a catcher like Eric Haas who can contribute more offensively than Pinto. Regardless, someone has to be here at number 30, and Pinto is the worst in my eyes. At number 29, I have Christian Bethancourt of the Miami Marlins. Much like the Rays, I think the Marlins need to make an upgrade at catcher if they want to make the playoffs again. Bethancourt is a good backup catcher, but I don't think he'll make for a good starting catcher. In just over 300 at-bats in 2023, he hit 11 home runs while posting an OPS of 635. In his career, he's had 1,100 at-bats while posting an OPS of 622 and totaling up .8 B-WAR. While he is above average defensively, he's just not a quality starting MLB catcher. I wouldn't be surprised if the Marlins look to make an upgrade at catcher before the season starts. At number 28, I have Martin Maldonado of the Chicago White Sox. Maldonado signed with the White Sox this past offseason after having a nice 6-year tenure with the Astros. While he was once an above average catcher, his play has dropped off significantly over the past few years. In the past 3 seasons, Maldonado hasn't posted an OPS over 610 once, and he posted a miserable 416 OPS in the playoffs. Not to mention, his defense has declined a bit, which is where his real value has always been. He's simply not a good starting catcher in the league anymore. At number 27, I have Jake Rogers of the Detroit Tigers. Rogers split time behind the plate with Eric Haas for the Tigers in 2023 and was decent. In 107 games, he had 21 home runs while posting a 730 OPS. For a catcher, those numbers are solid offensively. On the defensive side, Rogers was above average. Now that I'm looking back at these rankings, I probably should have put him a few spots higher than I have him at, because he's actually a serviceable starting catcher. I'm interested to see how he performs in 2024 being the primary catcher for the team. At number 26, I have Connor Wong of the Boston Red Sox. Wong was one of the pieces the Red Sox got back from the Dodgers in the Mookie Betts trade, and he's been okay for the Red Sox. In 2023, he hit 9 home runs and 25 doubles while posting an OPS of 673 and almost 400 at-bats. Accumulating over 2 B-WAR as a rookie catcher is pretty solid. I have him at number 26 because his expected numbers are very bad and he got pretty lucky offensively. I think he'll regress a bit this upcoming season. Definitely interested to see how long he maintains the starting job for the Red Sox. At number 25, I have Henry Davis of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Davis was the number 1 pick in the 2021 draft and was one of the best catching prospects in recent memory. He got called up to the Pirates in 2023 and had a bizarre season. On the surface, his numbers were very poor as you can see. While the OPS isn't terrible, the negative 1.4 B-WAR really stands out in a bad way. Due to the Pirates having another young catcher in Andy Rodriguez, they decided to play Davis in right field in the majors, where he only played 15 games at that position in the minor leagues. While his arm is incredibly strong and he threw a few runners out, he just never got in a groove there. Fortunately for Davis, he'll be the starting catcher in 2024 and will probably never play right field ever again. For now, I just think this is the right spot for him on the list. His numbers don't justify me ranking him higher, and I think he's too talented to be ranked any lower than this. At number 24, I have Jose Trevino of the New York Yankees. One can make an argument for Austin Wells being a better catcher than Trevino, but I think Trevino's defense is so solid that he'll get more playing time this upcoming season, and Wells won't be able to get consistent at-bats. Trevino had a pretty rough 2023 campaign, as injuries limited him to only 55 games where he didn't produce at all offensively. The reason I have him in this spot is because he's still elite defensively. He won a Gold Glove and Platinum Glove in 2022 and hasn't lost a beat behind the plate since then. If he's healthy for this upcoming season, I expect his OPS to be about 100 points higher than it was in 2023. At number 23, I have Shea Langeliers of the Oakland A's. Langeliers was the main piece the A's got from the Braves in exchange for Matt Olson ahead of the 2022 season, and has been their starting catcher for 1 full season. In 2023, he hit 22 home runs and drove in 63 runs while posting a 681 OPS. On the defensive side, he led baseball with 38 runners caught stealing and had the second lowest stolen base percentage in the sport behind Gabriel Moreno. I'm a little confused on why his B-WAR isn't higher than it is, because he's very solid defensively and his offense is okay for a catcher. I would not be surprised if he takes a big leap forward in 2024. At number 22, I have Keibert Ruiz of the Washington Nationals. Ruiz was one of the big pieces the Nationals got from the Dodgers in exchange for Trey Turner and Max Scherzer at the 2021 trade deadline. He's been the team's starting catcher for 2 years now and has been okay. In 2023, he hit 18 home runs and 24 doubles while posting a 717 OPS. Defensively, he is by far the worst catcher at throwing runners out and framing balls and strikes. However, his decent offense makes up for it a bit, and he's a serviceable starting catcher on a bad team. At number 21, I have Elias Diaz of the Colorado Rockies. Diaz has been the Rockies' starting catcher since 2021 and has done a good job overall. This past year, he hit 14 home runs and 25 doubles while posting a 725 OPS. He also made the All-Star team and won All-Star Game MVP, which is pretty cool. He's only making $4.5 million this season and is a free agent at the end of the year, so I would not be surprised if he gets traded before the season starts. I like Diaz in this spot. At number 20, I have Tyler Stevenson of the Cincinnati Reds. Stevenson was once one of MLB's brightest young catchers, but his play dropped off in 2023. After posting a great 797 OPS in 2021 and a fantastic 854 OPS in 2022, his OPS fell to 696 in 2023. While his home run rate has basically been the same for the past 3 seasons, his strikeout rate has drastically increased, and he isn't putting the ball in play enough now. If he's able to improve in those areas in 2024, I wouldn't be shocked if he's a top 10 catcher by the end of the year. At number 19, I have Luis Campusano of the San Diego Padres. This one is a bit controversial due to how little Campusano has played in the majors, but I'll explain my reasoning for this placement. Campusano has been one of the Padres' top prospects for a number of years, and finally got a solid opportunity in the majors in 2023. In 49 games, he hit 7 home runs and 7 doubles, while posting an 847 OPS and accumulating 1.1 BWAR. I'm ranking players on this list by who I think is better right now, not necessarily who had the best 2023 season. With more bats in 2024, Campusano should help make up some offense after the team parted ways with Juan Soto in the offseason. At number 18, I have Yan Gomes of the Chicago Cubs. Gomes is the oldest starting catcher in the league at 36 years old and is still very solid all around. In 116 games in 2023, he hit 10 home runs and 20 doubles while posting a 723 OPS. He's pretty average defensively too, which is pretty good considering how old he is. I like Gomes a lot and don't see why he wouldn't have another productive year in 2024. At number 17, I have Logan O'Hoppe of the Los Angeles Angels. O'Hoppe was once a top 100 prospect in baseball with the Phillies before being traded to the Angels in exchange for Brandon Marsh at the 2022 trade deadline. So far with the Angels, he's been very solid. While he only played in 51 games in 2023 due to some injuries, he still hit 14 home runs while posting a 796 OPS. He was on pace for 44 home runs as he played a full 162 games and has some sneaky good power. I'm really excited to see how he'll do over a full season in 2024. At number 16, I have Alejandro Kirk of the Toronto Blue Jays. Kirk was once considered a top 10 catcher in baseball after his great 2022 season, but his play has declined since then. In 123 games in 2023, he only hit 8 home runs while posting an OPS of 692. He was the starting catcher for the American League in the 2022 All-Star Game and won a Silver Slugger that season, so I still think the talent is there. After that 2023 season though, I can't get myself to rank him any higher than here. At number 15, I have Patrick Bailey of the San Francisco Giants. If you've kept up with my recent videos, you know that I'm a big fan of Bailey. He was a first-round pick by the Giants in 2020 and got the call to the show in 2023. In 97 games, he didn't do much offensively, hitting 7 home runs and 18 doubles while posting a 644 OPS. However, his expected slugging percentage was 61 points higher than what it actually was, so he was fairly unlucky in that aspect. Behind the dish is where his real value is. According to Baseball Savant, he's the best catcher at framing balls and strikes and has a great pop time and is very good at throwing runners out. If he can put up a league average OPS in 2024, with that fantastic defense, I think he could be an all-star. At number 14, I have Salvador Perez of the Kansas City Royals. While Perez has the best resume among all active catchers, his play has really dropped off over the past 4 seasons. He posted a 986 OPS in 2020, an 859 OPS in 2021, a 757 OPS in 2022, and a 714 OPS in 2023. In 140 games this past season, he still hit 23 home runs and 21 doubles, which is pretty good for a catcher. Due to that massive decline in OPS, I can't justify ranking Salvi any higher than here. He's still a good starting catcher, but isn't top 10 in my opinion. At number 13, I have Francisco Alvarez of the New York Mets. Alvarez was the number 1 prospect in baseball at the end of the 2022 season as he displayed incredible power in the minor leagues. He split time in 2023 as catcher and DH and was okay. In just under 400 at-bats, he hit 25 home runs while posting a 721 OPS. For a 21-year-old rookie, that's pretty good. He struck out in almost 30% of his at-bats, so if he can cut back on that in 2024, I think he has the potential to break out. At number 12, I have Bo Naylor of the Cleveland Guardians. Naylor was the 45th ranked prospect in MLB before getting caught up to the Guardians in June of 2023. In his first good sample size of the big leagues, he was fantastic. In almost 200 at-bats, he had 11 home runs and 13 doubles while posting an OPS of 809. He also posted 1.5 BWAR on the season, which is awesome for the amount of games he played. With his solid offense to go along with above average defense, Naylor very well could be a top 10 catcher in baseball by the end of 2024. At number 11, I have Ryan Jeffers of the Minnesota Twins. Jeffers was the backup catcher for the Twins in 2021 and 2022 before earning a bigger role in 2023. This past season in 96 games, he hit 14 home runs and 15 doubles while posting an OPS of 858. For not even getting 300 at-bats in, accumulating 3.3 BWAR is unbelievable. He's not even great defensively, so that shows how solid his bat really was for the Twins. Due to his emergence this past season, he should have the starting job locked up. I'm very curious to see how well he does in his first full season. At number 10, I have Yainer Diaz of the Houston Astros. Diaz backed up Martin Maldonado Maldonado in 2023 and got some at-bats in the DH spot in the lineup. In his rookie campaign, he was incredible. In 355 at-bats, he had 23 home runs and 22 doubles while posting an OPS of 846. While only playing 104 games, accumulating 3.2 B-WAR is fantastic. That was good for 7th among all rookies this past season, as he went on to finish 5th in AL Rookie of the Year voting. Now that Maldonado is gone, Diaz has the keys to the backstop for a long time in Houston. I don't know how the Astros do it, but they somehow produce young studs out of nowhere every season. At number 9, I have Gabriel Moreno of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Moreno was the number 3 prospect in baseball before getting traded from the Blue Jays in exchange for Dalton Varsho in December of 2022. In his first full big league season, he was fantastic. In 111 regular season games, he hit 7 home runs and 19 doubles while posting an OPS of 747. While that OPS is above average for a catcher, he's even better defensively. Looking at advanced defensive metrics, he's the best defensive catcher in the league at only 23 years old. That's the biggest reason for how he posted 4.3 B-WAR in under 350 at-bats. As his offensive game improves as he gets older, he should be top 10 in the league for a very long time. At number 8, I have Jonah Heim of the Texas Rangers. Heim became the Rangers starting catcher in 2022 and took a solid leap forward in 2023. In 131 games, he had 18 home runs and 28 doubles while posting an OPS of 755. To go along with solid offense, he won a Gold Glove, started the All-Star game for the American League, and helped the Rangers win their first World Series. Defensively, he's top 5 in the sport, as his advanced metrics show how great he is. With the stacked lineup all around him, I like his chances to put up another successful season in 2024. At number 7, I have Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners. Raleigh slugged his way through the minor leagues and became the Mariners starting catcher in 2022. Since then, he's hit more home runs than any catcher in the league and has jolted the team's offense. In 2023, he hit 30 home runs and 23 doubles while posting a 762 OPS. Any team would take a catcher like Raleigh who has that amount of power. Defensively, he is well above average and threw out the second most runners attempting a steal this past season. Raleigh is great and should be in the top 10 for the next few seasons at least. At number 6, I have Wilson Contreras of the St. Louis Cardinals. 2023 was an incredibly bizarre season for Wilson. After his first month with the Cardinals, they decided to relieve him from his catching duties and put him in the outfield due to the starting pitchers not wanting to pitch to him anymore. After a while, the Cardinals team struggles continued and they decided to put him back at catcher. On the season, he had 20 home runs and 27 doubles while posting an 826 OPS. Overall, he wasn't even that bad defensively. He was in the middle of the pack in most advanced stats and did a decent job there. Going into 2024, he'll be the Cardinals starting catcher and I expect he'll produce again. At number 5, I have William Contreras of the Milwaukee Brewers. William is the younger brother of Wilson, who I just ranked at number 6, and the consensus around the baseball world is that he's better than his older brother. In 2022, he had 20 home runs and posted an 860 OPS in 97 games for the Braves while making the All-Star team. In the offseason, he was dealt to Milwaukee and is now looking like their starting catcher of the long term. In 141 games for the Brewers in 2023, he had 17 home runs and 38 doubles while posting an OPS of 825. At only 26 years old, Contreras looks like he'll be one of the best catchers in baseball for a very long time. At number 4, I have Sean Murphy of the Atlanta Braves. Murphy spent the 4 years of his career in Oakland while playing for the A's, and he was above average. After the 2022 season, he was traded to the Braves in a 3-team deal that sent Shea Langeliers to Oakland and William Contreras to Milwaukee. Once he joined the Braves, he became a star. In 108 games this past season, Murphy hit 21 home runs and 21 doubles while posting an OPS of 844. He recorded 3.9 B-WAR in under 400 at-bats, which of course is fantastic. It sucks for Travis d'Arnaud to not make this list due to him not being the best catcher on his team, but Murphy is clearly one of the best catchers in the league right now. At number 3, I have JT Realmuto of the Philadelphia Phillies. Realmuto has been one of the best catchers in baseball for about 8 years now, and he's still great at almost 33 years old. In 2023, he had 20 home runs and 28 doubles while stealing 16 bases and posting an OPS of 762. Since 2016, he's posted an OPS of at least 760 in every season and has been a total model of consistency. Defensively, he's still one of the best in the business and doesn't have a real hole in his game. As good as Realmuto still is, I have 2 catchers ranked ahead of him still. At number 2, I have Will Smith of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Ever since Smith became the Dodgers' full-time catcher in 2020, he's been one of the best catchers in the sport. In 126 games this past season, he had 19 home runs and 21 doubles while posting an OPS of 797. While his OPS has slightly decreased in each of the past 4 seasons, he's still a fantastic hitter for a catcher. In that same time span, his defense has gradually gotten better, and he's now considered above average behind the dish. I love Smith and hope the Dodgers keep him forever, but there's a clear number 1 catcher in the league right now, and it's not him. At number 1, I have Adley Rutschman of the Baltimore Orioles. Rutschman was the number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft out of Oregon State, and was hyped up as one of the best catching prospects ever. He got called up to the Orioles in May of 2022, and completely turned the franchise around. With Adley in the Orioles lineup, the team's record is 158 and 109, good for a winning percentage of .592. Before he got called up, the Orioles were by far the worst team in baseball for about 5 years. In only 113 games in 2022, he put up an OPS of 806 and finished second in AL Rookie of the Year voting behind Julio Rodriguez. In 154 games in 2023, he hit 20 home runs and 31 doubles while posting an OPS of 809. Defensively, he's up there with the best of them, as he doesn't have a single weakness. This past year, he helped lead the Orioles to the number 1 seed in the American League, made the All-Star team, and finished 9th in MVP voting. Rutschman is the clear best catcher in baseball right now, and I'm not sure if that'll change for a long time. That's gonna do it for the video today. Thank you guys so much for 2,000 subscribers. Truly insane to see the growth of this channel channel, and it's all thanks to my awesome viewers. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment if you disagree with any of my rankings, follow my other socials in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.